Hello, wonderful friends. I'm here today to speak about love and ego. That's all I speak about. I know that my main message is love and ego because they live in the same place. And this video is to explain to you what it is, the difference, and what each one is really within us. Because so many people, they listen to my coaching, which is all about being free to be yourself. That freedom is within love. That's where that freedom is. And we believe that we are a prisoner. That's ego telling us that. So today I just wanted to come to you to explain this. What is love and what is ego? So within ourselves. So I've got something that preps here ready to explain that to you. Right. As I explain, as I teach, we are the essence of love in a physical body. The essence of love, you can call it higher consciousness. You can call it God. You can call it the universe, part of the universe. That is what we brought into a physical body. That's what it is. And in that physical body, our mind holds both in a way. So I'm trying to explain it a certain way so that people can understand. So let's just say that our body is this, it's a container. And in that we have the essence of love and we have ego mind, because the ego mind is part of this human experience. That is the ego mind. And the ego mind has a certain specific role. So while we're not quite aware of both, what happens is that, so I've got two ingredients here, and what happens is that it's all mixed, right? So it's mixed together like this. And you can't really see much the difference. So I've got water and oil. While it's this way, you can't really, it's living together, but they're separate, because it comes a time when you understand that, and even though you still live in the same body, you still have, I know it looks a little bit strange, but you still have the two now. They feel like they're separate in a way, but they're still in the same container, right? So you have love and ego in that same container. But now the confusion about what is like this is not quite longer the same here. We can differentiate. We now accept that we are living in that same contained body, but we know how now to recognize what is one and what is the other. And that's what I want to explain here today. I will do a video just about love. This is quite more about ego. What is the ego mind? The reason why I'm doing this is because, for one, when I talk about love, I have some people who are not quite at that higher consciousness and they don't understand what I mean. So they think it's this airy fairy, oh, I love you. They have a concept of love that is flawed, because that is not the powerful, the empowering essence of love that we are. That is indestructible. You cannot you cannot win against love, but they just see love as this, oh, lovely, pinky idea. Oh, well, love, we can't possibly just think about love in life. This is why I want to do these 2 videos. Right. So when we are together, when we're not quite understanding what love and ego is, we still have both, right? But they are all together there. And people don't understand the power that they have in love. So ego mind seems to be the dominant one in that case. What is ego mind? So the ego mind is what talks to you, tells you of your limitations. It's what it tells you about separation. So you are limited. You are limited in your abilities. You are limited in your power. You are limited in this physical body. You are limited by external situations, circumstances as well. You are limited by other people ruling you. You are limited by ideas. You are limited by so much. That is what ego mind is. You are limited within your comfort zone. You are limited in your emotions. You are limited in the teachings that you've had. You are limited by your culture, by your family, by everything, even by yourself. That's the ego mind. It tells you of separation. You are a separate entity. You arrive here, you're on your own. You're on your own all your life. You die on your own. That's it. That's what ego mind tells you. What leaves this body, this container, when the physical dies is ego. I mean, that dies. Ego dies with that physical body. Ego mind dies there. What leaves this is love, is the essence of love that you are, is the extension of the universe, because that never dies. That goes back to source. That goes. It leaves this physical body because the essence is what allows you to live in this physical body. It's what gives you breathing. This is why I work a lot with breathing, because I started suffering with panic attacks and anxiety in my early 20s, and maybe before, but it was so strong in my early 20s. I had to learn how to breathe. I know it sounds really weird. I had to learn how to breathe, because for anyone who's had panic attacks and anxiety attacks, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You know that. Breathing is life. And even sometimes nowadays, when my breathing is out of sync, I need to do my breathing exercises, because it feels that I'm just not going to be able to breathe again. That's that ego mind, right? So the ego mind will die. It dies. It's like its destiny is death. Death with a physical body. That's what it is. The essence of love does not. And the physical body, so the ego mind in this physical body, is made of programs. So programs that you've had ever since you were little. And you know, some people they talk about the programming that we actually come already with. Those programs are beliefs, things that were told to you, and you believe that so much. It's also in that ego mind, you have that fear. The fear that is separation and limitation. Okay, that's in there. So while you don't understand that, so while it's all in the same here, you don't understand what is love, what is ego. It's all me, and it's confusion. It's I'm not too sure, I'm in a panic, I'm not safe, anything could happen to me, I'm not safe here. That is when it's all together. We're not too sure what's happening here. Once we understand that we are in the same body, I get it, because I'm living this physical experience. I came here to live a physical experience. I'm the essence of love, and I wanted to come here in this physical experience. So I know that part of this is the ego mind, but I know I'm the essence of love. And so I can now look at what ego tells me, and I choose now when to listen to ego and when not to. And even when you listen to ego, I still do that. Sometimes I do things and I know it's ego. I know it. And I even say, whoa, that was my ego there. I was listening to ego. And that's how it is. I know that. But then I take a step back and I observe that, and I know I can do something about that. In NLP, this about being an observer, I was introduced to that many years ago when I started my healing journey. That was about 18 years ago, 16 years ago, something like this. I've sort of forgotten a bit now. But being able to step back and observe really meant so much to me when I started that. I didn't quite understand all this about ego and the essence of love quite yet. But what I understood was this, to take a step back. When I became an NLP practitioner, funny enough, there is a whole not program, it's something that we do to help, especially in relationships, to be able to step back and observe what's going on, not just with yourself. So this, I was so happy to hear of this when I studied NLP, because I had known how powerful that had been already in my life. And this exercise took this even further. So that was absolutely wonderful. And this is what it is. You understand that you are the essence of love, and you know what that essence of love is. As I say, I'm going to do another video on this. And then you look at ego mind, and you look at that ego mind, and you say, yes, I recognize you and I know you're here. That has lost its power then, because it's not confusing you anymore like here. Because now you know, you can see it, you can speak to it, you are there. Here you're not too sure where it is. So when I was in that place, I was really confused. And I allowed so many things to happen in my life. I allowed, the abuse, the trauma. I allowed bullying. I allowed so many things. I went into depression very early on in my life. I was a teenager. I self-harmed. I tried to kill myself back then. I was in that confusion. I knew there was love. I knew there was so much more, because I'd already had this communication with the universe, but I was still here in that not understanding at all. So what then happened when I started my healing journey is that I understood a lot more about love, the essence of love. Ego, I started understanding about that a bit later. So this is what you have. Once you understand that you are the essence of love, that love is high consciousness. It's so much higher. It's on a different frequency. It's a different dimension. Ego is very heavy there. It's that third dimension reality. And so that reality is about fear. It's all these beliefs that limit yourself. It's what is trying to keep you back. So even, let's just say you have lots of money, you have wealth and you can travel. When you're not connected properly with the essence of love that you are, there is something that is not right. And that's why so many people come to me. Look, I have money, so I don't need you to coach me around that. But what is going on? What else is going on with my relationships, with feeling satisfied, feeling at peace, even with myself? Because this is it, you see. Relationships with others they start with you, with us. That's where they start. It's no good just looking at relationships outside of ourselves. And this is why. Because while we look at ourselves, we are in this state of confusion. We can't really see clearly. We know it's all there somewhere, but we can't see clearly. Once we start working, and it's not working, I know we use that word so much, but it's when we start connecting with our inner being and going into our higher consciousness, so that love, and we know the difference, that brings everything else. We start with ourselves. That's why it's important. So ego mind, so you understand what that is. Ego mind, as I said, it's all these different programmings. It's you are in a state of that comfort zone. I'm okay here. I'm safe here. I know how to be like this. I know how to deal with that. I know I don't like it, but I know how to be here. That's your comfort zone. And it's so, I can't explain it all in here because it'd be hours now. But that comfort zone just embraces so many things, and people stay there. It's all your beliefs as well on love, how worthy you are of love, how loving you are, lovable you are. It's all about money, prosperity, wealth. It's all about peace. It's joy, it's happiness, it's adventure, it's success. What is success? Are you allowed to be successful? Can you even be successful? Have you been born in a family where you can be successful? I mean, all this programming that you have, right? All these beliefs, and they limit yourself and they separate you from other people. So in separation, so I've got a few things here. In that separation from others, you feel threatened by others, right? Because love is about oneness. We are all here together. Ego mind tells you that you are separate. So now you feel threatened. Now you feel that this is where you don't feel safe now, because others are there to get you. You can't trust them. They're here to get you. Ego mind will also tell you about competition. If you're not at the top, somebody else will come and knock you down. You have to compete, and you have to make sure that you are better than others, whether it's in relationships, in friendships, any connection, whether it's at work, whether it's in your own business. That is that ego mind. It's also about lack, not enough. There is not enough in this world. If some people are very rich, it means that they're taking away from other people. This is why we have poverty. That's ego mind. Because the universe is so plentiful, so wealthy. I mean, rivers, I've got water, seas, I've got, water, and you have the trees, they come back every year. No, it's not about lack. But that's what ego mind tells you, because it limits you, right? So it's also about judgment. You judge other people, judge behavior. My values are better than their values. I know better. They don't really know better. I know I'm right, they're wrong. We judge. We criticize. Look at them and look at this. And am I not so righteous that I can criticize everybody else? That's ego mind talking to you, telling you what to say. It's also about entitlement. Excuse me, I've had a really horrible childhood, so therefore society owes me, the world owes me, and I'm blaming everybody else. It's all about me, me, me. You owe me. And if I'm where I am, it's because of everybody else. That's ego mind. It keeps you a prisoner of so many things. That's ego mind. And so in that, there is that feeling of oppression. But that is just one reality. It is one reality. But it becomes our reality because we are all in there. We don't see where love starts, where ego starts, where it ends, what this. We don't. Even within ego, there is some type of love, we call love, right? All this here. But when we know, when we recognize what ego is, I wouldn't say it sets us free, because we are already free. But ego tells us we are not. We are oppressed. That it's not for us, and we're not enough, we're not good enough, that it's our fate, all this type of thing. And so that's the ego mind. The work that I do, how I help people, I coach people around relationship. This is what I do. Free to be you is because you are already free. But you need to connect with that freedom. You need to understand. So what you need to do is to go from this confusion to I can't see really, I can't understand what's going on, to this. I know it looks really, really weird here, but this is because I wanted something in a container where you could see the difference, right? So you've got oil and water, because obviously they're separate, but it's still in that same container. So that's my little experiment here. I would say really that, I would put it the other way around if I could, because how that is. I mean, so love, in reality, love is everything that you are, and the ego mind is what keeps you a prisoner there. But love, that is not contained. It's not contained. I've just done this like this because I thought that might help some people. But love is not contained, really. Love, the vibration of love, affects so many people. It's so powerful. And I will talk about love, as I say, in a different video. It is so powerful. If only we understood that early on in life, it would be different. And so love, it's powerful. It's the energy. Love is all about healing. Ego mind is telling you that when you have an illness, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? You're doomed. And, all these limitations. That is what it is. So I'm going to leave it at this because there is so much more to say. I can't really say everything in just one video. But this is what I teach. And that came to me a long time ago when I started. I mean, even as a little girl, I knew that there was something here that wasn't quite I would say right. And as a child, I didn't know how to explain it, but I remember crying out, praying and saying, this is not right. The life I'm living is not right. What is going on? I know this is not the reality I was supposed to live. And so many children, you know, as children, we know so many answers, but we have lost almost like the ability to express them because of that ego mind. And we are suppressed by all these programs, all that programming that happens through our parents, because also they don't know. They're teaching us what they know, right? So that's how it is. And then other people around us, then we go to school as well, and in the playground, the other children, the experiences that we live, even if we have wonderful parents, others will make sure eventually that ego gets us, right? Because our ego mind anyway is within us. So this is what I wanted to explain here today. You can understand about ego. And somebody said to me one day, but ego is love. Ego is there to love you as well. Please don't make a mistake. Ego is about limitations and separation. Ego mind stays behind. Ego is not love. It is not love. There is a certain love within ego. Even if so many believe, and yes, it is, that ego wants to keep you safe. It's not your enemy. I mean, I'm not saying see that as your enemy. This is why I've put it like this, because you can't see what is within you as your enemy. You need to understand. You need to observe. You need to be aware. And my series of awareness is that, because awareness is key. Awareness is key to that freedom. Once you're aware of what is going on, you don't see ego as your enemy. You see it just for what it is. But don't make a mistake. Ego is not love. Ego does not go anywhere with love. Ego will stay. Ego dies. Once the physical dies, it dies. Love goes with that. And when ego is trying to keep you safe, it's safe within that parameters that you have created, or it has created for you. So it's not safe as happy safe. It's contained. It's contained. And I have done videos on this, so please go and find them in my podcast as well. I have talked about this, and I think in my awareness video. So I'll see if I can put a link anyway. But I have spoken about that safety as well within ego. So this is for you to understand that we can live, of course, here in this physical world, this physical body on this physical plane, at a higher frequency. Definitely a higher frequency. You know, you can observe what ego does, and you still have that higher consciousness. Definitely. You can live here with that essence of love. Being that essence of love. Understanding what ego is. And once you understand that, the whole program that I use to help people, to teach my clients, to coach my clients, is exactly that, to understand what comes from ego and to be able to deal with that, to release that, and then we go higher. And this is why it's so freeing. You are free to be you, to be that essence of love, and live in this world and have wonderful relationship, the one with yourself, because the one with yourself really is aligned with your higher consciousness, your higher being. That what is to have the relationship with self. That's what I learned. That's what I would say, sets you free, gives you that freedom back, reconnects you with that freedom. It's that understanding what is ego, and then that's it. You're not separated. You see, you're going up to that higher frequency, and it's wonderful with yourself, with other people, and with life. And now you know, yes, the power of your life. So that's that for this video. I hope that you've enjoyed this, that it's brought some awareness, that maybe it's made you think. Maybe you are a bit confused now. There is a difference actually between being completely confused like this, I don't know where I am, and now confusion in coaching. It's actually very positive, because now you're becoming more aware, and in that awareness there is some kind of confusion. Wow, I now know something else, but I'm not quite sure what that is. That's wonderful. That place is wonderful to be there. So if you are that place and you have questions, please get in touch, put comments, send me messages. But come on, you know you can do this, because this is who you are. You are the essence of love. You were meant to be connected with that love within, to live from that love within, for yourself, for others, for life. That's what you were meant to be all the time, and not hang on to ego, to what ego tells you, about judgment, about criticism, about less than, about any of that. But come on, you need to be brave though, to be able to get there. We have to, because we come out of our comfort zone, and ego is going to say, no, don't leave me. You have to be brave. But I'm here to help you on that way. I'm here to help you. And if you do want more help, please get in touch. Get on my mastermind club, where I coach every week, and you have lots of coaching sessions there, live Q&As. You can ask me questions during the live Q&As, and I help you navigate all that. Okay, there is a lot more that you can do, but get in touch, right? And I'll leave, and you've got all the different things underneath this video. So that's that for today. Wherever you are, I am sending you so much love. You are the essence of love. You are a powerful being, a loving being, and you are already free to be yourself. So come on, be that. You deserve it. You are amazing. You are an amazing being, and you are a loving being. And so come and join us. Right, so that's it. So wherever you are, I wish you the best day ever, and I'm sending you lots of love. Bye bye.